Hey YouTube, it's ICU, and today we're going to be unboxing Apple's brand new iPad Mini 4, which was announced by the company during their September media event, alongside the iPhone 6s as well as the iPad Pro, the new largest iPad. Now, this didn't start shipping to customers until today, the 17th, probably because it's one day after iOS 9's release. We can most likely assume that this guy is powered by iOS 9, but because we're doing this unboxing live, we're just gonna have to find out. Okay, so to start off, if you guys want a chance to enter to win one of Apple's brand new metallic lightning docks that work with pretty much any device that has a lightning port, then all you have to do is just rate this video up and stick around to the end for complete instructions on how to enter. And with that said, we're going to get straight into this unboxing. So let's take a look at the box itself. On the front, we just have a picture of the device, the iPad Mini 4 with its new slim design. Both sides simply read iPad Mini, and on the back we have some additional information. So as you can see, it confirms this is an iPad Mini 4, 16 gigs Wi-Fi, and it states that it includes the iPad Mini 4, a lightning to USB cable, and USB power adapter. No surprises there. Alright, now let's get into the unboxing portion of this video. So using my knife, we're going to cut through the plastic wrap here, protecting the box. Now, quickly removing the plastic wrap in its entirety, we're going to set the box down to lift the lid. And sitting directly on the top in typical Apple fashion, we have the iPad Mini 4, which is protected by this plastic wrap, which interestingly enough is frosted in comparison to the previous completely see-through plastic. We also have this easy and convenient tab, which of course we just used to pull the iPad out of the box. Now, before we return to the rest of the contents of the box, let's take the plastic off this iPad. And we'll also power it up. And returning to the box, we have Apple's larger charging brick at the bottom that you can use to just plug your USB cable into one end and then plug the other end into your standard US wall outlet, which of course this can be interchanged with other charging adapters. So let's set this off and return back here. And at the top we have a packet that says designed by Apple in California. Let's go ahead and open it up. We should just have a quick start guide for the iPad Mini. As you'll see here, we have just this one sheet that says iPad Mini. It goes over all of the physical aspects of the device, so nothing too much here, and it says welcome to iPad. So let's set this off. We also have an iPad info sheet, nothing too important here, as well as two Apple logo stickers. And last but not least, in the box we have Apple's Lightning to USB charging and data transfer cable. Now let's set this box off to the side and return to the star of this video, again the iPad Mini 4, which actually is thinner and lighter than any of its predecessors. The iPad Mini has maintained the overall same basic design since its inception. So what I mean by that is the iPad Mini 1, or the original iPad Mini's design, has been carried over throughout every generation. Really, the only thing that's changed is the inclusion of Touch ID, which was last introduced with the iPad Mini 3. Now in the iPad Mini 4, it's adopted a more similar design to the iPad Air 2, and that's why Apple didn't really refresh the Air, because they brought the iPad Mini up to par, up to spec with the full-size 9.7-inch iPad, and they released a completely new iPad, being the iPad Pro. However, this guy is still slightly less powerful than the iPad Air. We're going to get into that in just a second. First, I'm going to go through all of the steps to set this guy up. Alright, so here we are on the iPad Mini 4. As you can see, we have iOS 9's default wallpaper set here, and I'm actually just going to download Geekbench really quick so we can run some benchmarks when compared against the iPad Air 2, and we're going to continue onwards from there. Alright, so I have Geekbench downloaded. Quickly, I wanted to compare the design of these two iPads. We have the original Mini as well as the Mini 4. So immediately on the right-hand side, you'll notice we do have the volume rocker. However, we also have a new microphone here on the iPad Mini 4, and we also no longer have the mute or silent switch, which can also be used for rotation lock. So quickly getting a close-up of that, you'll also notice that the iPad Mini 4 is definitely thinner. Now, getting these iPad Minis off of their stands, you'll notice that when I have the new one in front of the old one, it's actually 18% thinner as well, and it's also 30 grams lighter. And as you can see, while we're focused on the design, over here on the back by the camera, we have that other microphone. So we do have that dual microphone for noise canceling purposes, and the rear camera is an 8 megapixel eyesight, by the way. We also have a 1.2 megapixel front FaceTime camera, and overall the design is just incredible. It is like its predecessor, however, it is thinner, it's lighter, and it's more like the iPad Air than ever before in a mini form factor. So when we talk iPad Mini 4, basically think smaller iPad Air 2. We of course also have the new redesigned speaker grills there at the bottom. And let's go ahead and run some benchmarks between these two now that they're closer spec to one another. So opening up Geekbench on both of these, we're going to launch things here and run the benchmark test. You'll notice that over here on the Mini, we're running iOS 9.0, whereas we're running 8.4 on the Air 2. It shouldn't play into things too much. In fact, it should actually play into favor of the iPad Mini 4 because according to Apple, iOS 9 does have improved performance. We're also showing an A8X CPU over here on the iPad Air 2, whereas the Mini 4 is just reporting an ARM processor at 1.51 gigahertz and also 1.94 gigs of RAM. Now, the reason for that is simply because Geekbench hasn't been updated to recognize that this is an A8 processor running on the iPad Mini 4. We don't have an A8X, unfortunately, so it will not have the same power as the Air 2 because the A8X is a tri-core processor, whereas the A8 is merely a dual core. So let's go ahead and let these tests run through. So as you'll notice, the tests complete almost immediately. It's very fast. And we also have a single core score of 1800 over here on the Air 2, whereas 1700 on the Mini 4, 4500 for multi-core on the Air, whereas a mere 3100 on the Mini 4. Overall, I don't think you'll notice too much of a difference though, and I think anyone who goes with the Mini 4 over the Air will definitely be happy with their decision. And of course, we do have split-screen multitasking as well. So over here inside of the new Notes app, what we should be able to do is just pull over, and as you can see, we have our other applications here that we can actually put into the split screen mode. So let's just do news for the sake of this video. And as you can see, we have the news application here in split screen with Notes. Full and true split screen multitasking support finally over here on the iPad Mini. Let me bring it down a little bit. As you can see, I can definitely interact with both of these applications, and it's just incredibly seamless. All right, guys, so that about wraps up this quick review and unboxing of the brand new 4th gen iPad Mini or iPad Mini 4. Now let's get into how you can win one of these awesome docks in any color of your choice. The new rose gold, regular gold, silver, or my personal favorite, space gray. All you have to do is just navigate to freeappsfast.com inside of Mobile Safari and sign up. It's very simple and straightforward. Once you do, you can download any of the applications in this section, the main portion, for points, and you can actually later use those points to redeem awesome prizes, including gift cards and paid apps. But for the giveaway, just go to the 4th tab and you see that URL there. Just take the unique portion, so what appears after the equals symbol, and post it down below in the comment section with any comment. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it has that unique portion of your referral code, you will be good to go and you'll be automatically entered to win one of these awesome docks. I hope you guys like this video. I am going to be giving away a brand new iPhone 6s once it's released, so stay tuned for my unboxing. Click that subscribe button down below next to my channel name if you have yet to. Also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter to be updated more often. And until next time, this is ICU signing out.